of traditional stock. This is a digital stock market because the existing exchanges are really on old technology. They're expensive, the technology is old, liquidity is limited to the countries and the regions, and you've got local jurisdictions and countries that complicates the offering. We believe there's been an evolution of Wall Street. Paper trading was 1.0, electronic trading, which is where we are now 2.0. The future really is digital blockchain assets, not crypto. We do a totally different description. Crypto we love, but we put it off in the world of penny stocks. It's like OTC, 10 cents, sell it at $1. Institutions cannot buy retail penny stocks, which is why the institutions have been very slow to come in to the crypto world. They don't quite understand it. Institutional assets are like NASDAQ. This is a totally different risk profile, bigger companies, more mature, more established, and that has both institutional and retail and much higher volume. We keep losing the microphone, I'll talk loud. So when you look at exchanges, you've got a lot of crypto exchanges that are out there. The crypto exchanges have done really well, and that's fine. The benefit is they're on blockchain, so there's a lot of benefits in the technology. When you look at traditional stock exchanges, NASDAQ, London, Toronto, Australia, they're still institutional, but they're running on old technology. There's a lot of disadvantages there. We're doing what's called an IDO, an institutional digital offering or a digital stock exchange. And the idea is to be both institutional and international, but just revolutionary with the new technology. When you look at what an IDO is, an institutional digital offering is issued on blockchain, so it's using the digital framework. It's used though just like a traditional stock listing, an IPO, a DPO, a secondary pipes, a lot of the things you can do in traditional, we're going to do through here. There's multiple benefits to the issuer, benefits to the institution, and benefits to the individual. A digital framework and platform brings evolutionary advantages you don't find in traditional. So if you look at a regular listing, by that we mean NASDAQ, Hong Kong, Singapore, Luxembourg, long, complicated. If you list in NASDAQ and you want to extend your offering to Hong Kong or London, you've got multiple listings, multiple jurisdictions, very expensive and complicated. With an institutional digital offering, you consolidate all of that down. So it saves time. There are a lot of steps. It's very complicated, just like going public. So what we've done with PressX is created, if you've been in banking, you might know what an investment banker is. We've got a digital advisory service to help the companies get through all of the qualifications and audits to actually list on the exchange, just like they might do traditionally. Again, the benefits to an idea of single listing, central compliance, simplifies the offering. You can do a global digital offering, unlike some of the regional stock markets that have limitations, and the technological advantages are all there. So PressX sits in this unique world of moving the stock markets forward. Exchange, advisory, investor, and technologically, all of those are wrapped into the actual exchange platform. We put the regulatory framework, which is very, very important. Where you end up with the regulations is important. We actually worked with Bermuda. Here's David Burt, the premier. Bermuda's the #1 regulator in the world for digital, institutional, retail. They've got a nice relationship with Abu Dhabi and the US. So we purposely picked that jurisdiction. We work tightly with them. And the goal with PressX is to be a world leader because we've got all of these institutional things in place. And then wrapping up, as a company, what do we offer? We've got digital advisory services, much like an investment bank, structured to help companies come on and go public using a digital framework. By owning the exchange, we can guarantee the exchange listing. When you go through a traditional offering, you still have to apply for a NASDAQ or a Luxembourg and hope for approval and wait. If we work with the companies, we can guarantee the listing and the liquidity and then help with restructuring. So this is a complete 360 financial model for next generation of listing. The platform, over 70 million into it. You might say, well, how do you put 70 million in? What the company did when they approached me to help them, any of you that know FTX in the crypto world, the asset that was running FTX, that exchange platform, was actually a licensed platform. It had a couple of $100 million in there. The group acquired that technology, and instead of using it in the crypto world, we're moving it to the institution. So there's about 70, a little over 75 million in all of the technology asset already, built and ready to go. The revenue model for the company, pretty simple. Early revenue is advisory services like an investment bank, exchange revenue, and then trade revenue as it scales up. So eventually with the listings, you'll have trade volume, but initially you've got advisory services and listing services. Company's doing a $25 million round right now. A little over 70 million is already in. Use some proceeds to finish legal, technology, working capital. Again, revenue model. Full financials are available upon request. Some comparables, we found this interesting. If you look at the exit, if you're comparing to the traditional stock market, Chicago Mercantile's at 70 billion, New York's at 60, the lowest NASDAQ is 35 billion on just the exchange value. If you look at the crypto markets, this was fascinating. The crypto exchanges actually have a higher value than the traditional stock markets because that technological advantage in the global nature, and we'll be somewhere in between. We've got traditional stock and digital platform and framework. Market, we're going after 109 trillion of the existing equities that could move over 95,000 private companies at 100 million and up that have not gone public yet. So this is a market of companies to bring forward, and then PressX can sit in the middle of all of that global opportunity. So in terms of a technology team, timing, access, opportunity, everything's in place for the company, platform's built, and we're ready to go. Thank you very much.
Wow.
That's how we get through a compressed time here, right?